Well, ain't you a fine young thing? What's your name?
Cheryl. And yours?
Well, J.D. Walker, the boss talker, the Walter Walker.
Well, you are really something else.
Yeah, me and Jesus.
Hi, you guys. Welcome back to my channel. It's Tyra here with another struggle review, here to discuss J.D.s Revenge. Now, this movie is from 1976 and it stars Glynn, Turman. Now, before we get into all things J.D.s Revenge, I need you guys to drop down and subscribe to my channel and like this video. I'm going to give you guys a moment to do that, and then we're going to come back and discuss all things Tommy. Talk to me, Tommy. Afros. I want revenge.
Go back.
Now that you guys have hopefully subscribed to see more of me, let's get into this movie. But before we jump into the video, I have to give a shout out to the person who paid for and requested this movie. So if you happen to get your whole J.D. Walker ass life, it's not because of me, it's because of this person right here. Thank you so much for supporting me and paying for this content. You all left. Now, getting into this movie, this is a 70s blaxploitation film, and it's directed by Arthur Marks, and he also directed other films like Friday Foster, Bubtown, and The Monkey Hustle. And this is also one of the lesser known horror movies of the blaxploitation era, along with movies like Blackenstein, Abby, Blackula, and Sugar Hill. We get into a 1942 New Orleans with J.D. Walker and Betty Jo. I love how we had to get into flashback mode of the 40s, so they give us this grainy, foggy ass effects as if the 70s quality of the film wasn't grainy enough. Like, we want to see what's going on. And immediately, it is hard to take this movie serious because it's so funny. As 70s movies are, I just love how passionate and extra dramatic the 70s movies were. Like, yeah, you ain't gonna say nothing, cause I cut you. Like, okay. Okay, I got it. But we get into Betty Jo being murdered. For what? We don't know. But we know that J.D. Walker is coming in, and he is not only shot, but he is framed for Betty Jo's murder. Laid out right there in the meatpacking district with his sister. I love how we have Lou Gossett. I gotta say Lou Gossett. You know when Martin used to refer to Tommy, like, whatever, Lou Gossett. Like, I just think of Tommy when I see his name. But I love how he's there with those big ass white veneers on his murderer. Like, that's what he says, like, for a minute in the movie. Like, it's like 30-40 minutes in before we give Lou Gossett any real dialogue outside of murderer. Betty Jo dying from that slice of that sling blade, going back with a smile on her face in slow motion. It's like, you ain't gonna say nothing. Slice. It's gonna be a long hour and a half. Now, after we leave that, oh yeah, red Kool-Aid ass blood, I'm saying, like, that 70s blood texture and color was something special. We get into Colonel Taylor, like, we get into Glynn Turman here. I have never seen him play in a role such as this one. I'm like, this is preach. Like, I've never seen him be this goddamn evil. But get into him here. He is the nicest, sweetest guy you would ever want to meet, named Isaac, or for the sake of this movie, Ike. Now, he is very focused. He's studying to be a lawyer. He drives a cab. He has a sweet, devoted girlfriend who just wants him to relax, have some fun, take a load off. You should have left Ike alone. Now, out with another couple, they're tired ass friends, and we're gonna get into why they asses were tired. He is changed forever because Isaac becomes hypnotized. And not only does he see imagery of blood and death and slaughtered cows, but he starts to take on the full-blown memories of J.D. He begins to walk, talk, dress, and do pimp-ass snarl-like facial gestures like only J.D. could. Yeah. Bitch! Yeah. When I tell you this was pure comedy fucking gold. Now we watch as this slowly takes Isaac over and he literally turns into JD/Ike. He tries to fight it off as long as he can. He gets these terrible migraines. He goes to see a doctor. His little tired ass bestie in the movie. The best little friend in the movie. Like, all the misogyny here was just trash. I love how you don't need to go see no doctor. Like, yeah, what we getting checked for as black men? Just take a nap. Like, no, I'm trying to tell you there's something wrong with me. We spend a lot of time with him just trying to reach out not only to his closest friends, but his girlfriend, just to say, hey, something isn't right, something's wrong, I'm having these headaches. And he starts to slowly do things that he wouldn't normally do, like play the numbers. But I love how he goes to, see this professional black ass doctor who says, hey, just, relax. There's nothing wrong. You're 100% healthy. Just smoke some weed. I was like, oh! Now we immediately dive off the fucking deep end once we get into J.D.'s, Ike's relationship and how he interacts with his girlfriend, Chris. Child, first of all, we take on this whole Barry White deep voice, yeah, baby, yeah, this extra persona, but we just slowly see his behavior start to change and he gets really aggressive. Throughout this entire movie, you start to just consider why exactly does JD need his revenge? JD could have easily been this kind-hearted, wrong man who was framed for murder and, just got shot. Why should he have his revenge? This motherfucker here, the JD that we have on display here, he don't deserve nobody's goddamn. He needs to be put under the fucking earth. Like, JD is quite disgusting and very much so giving off pimp ass tendencies. He's very controlling. He has that scar. Clearly, he trying to digmatize bitches and fuck them into submission. Very much so giving pimp, very much so giving bottom bitch, but via the movie, he was just your simple everyday numbers runner. What in the sexual assault is going on here in this film? There is a very strong presence of it, along with tons of domestic violence, and via this movie, it's just all okay, because, just sometimes bitches just need to get hit. Bitches just need to get hit. We have him come out. First of all, his whole demeanor changes and he has on this deep Barry White pimp voice. Yeah, baby, daddy finna make you feel good. Daddy go. Okay. But Chris was with it. Like, all right, you switching up the flow a little bit, but like it a little rough, like things a little hot. At which we have them really get heated. They're having sex. It's very intense. It's very different. It changes and progresses even more when she says, you need to stop. I've pretty much got mine. I feel like you've gotten yours. That was very different and rough, but I love you. You're my boyfriend. At which he proceeds to go even more and even harder. Now, this was not my first time seeing this film. I had seen this film long before. I think I was a teenager, but it always stuck with me because I was like, really, Colonel Taylor? But watching it now as an adult, please be prepared going back to watch this. The 70s blaxploitation movies always have, bad language, drugs, pimps, hoes, derogatory, it's not the best scene all the time. But this film in particular, the way that Chris as a girlfriend was being gaslit, how acceptable she was, like it just makes you glad for better days, because this shit was legit how it was and what was acceptable as far as what was considered sexual assault, what was considered domestic abuse. It is very much so present in this movie, and this movie goes out of its way to make you feel like it's all okay. It's not. Now, even though those elements are very present in the film, you do find a lot of comedic relief courtesy of Glynn Truman's performance in the film. Now, he is a very young actor here. He is not, the seasoned actor that we know now. Not that the performance was bad here. It was still very good. But just to see him play this evil character and him kind of throw himself into the role, it's very 70s, very dramatic, very it is very comical. The whole time watching this, I was just thinking about Cooley High when Cochise and Preach roll up on those prostitutes and they go, get up against the wall, bitch. What you looking for? Well, yeah, I didn't find it. It was very much so that. Now, after the sexual assault, we began to see his behavior change even more. It's not registering to him because he just can't remember, but all he knows is he likes a certain suit, he likes a certain hat. Things are really speaking to him. Meanwhile, they are actually speaking to the J.D. spirit that's inside of him. Now, once we have J.D. and Ike make their way back to the people who wronged him in the first place, we finally get Luke Gossett back into the movie almost 40 minutes in, saying something other than murderer. Now he is a whole preacher, and not just any preacher. It's the Lord Jesus can help ya through really? Let me tell you about love. Loved and hurt ya, abused and desert ya. You can't wipe it. Yeah, it was giving Jason's lyric and fucking Coming to America. I don't know what you come to do, but I came to praise him. Yeah, it was giving all of that and then some. I said, if this motherfucker yes, if he does one of the Jesus Lord. One more time. You got one more again to hit me with that shit. But he just so happens to take an instant liking to Ike. Who knows why? Because every time we have Ike in the middle of the fucking church, he looks like a goddamn psycho, and it's a fucking stare down. And we also have Luke Gossett there with his daughter, the daughter of the now slain Betty Jo. She is grown. She looks exactly like her mother. The actress portraying Betty Jo in this movie was gorgeous, but she takes an instant liking to Ike, and so does he. Now, we also have his brother there, who has always had this mysterious vibe about him. We saw that he was the one who was talking to Betty Jo when the situation happened. So we do know as an audience that he is the one who not only killed Betty Jo, he also ran up with the quickness to shoot down J.D. before he can even get a word in, which is why he wants his revenge in the first place. Now, we also very much established that this is Betty Jo's daughter. Betty Jo is J.D.'s baby sister, which would make this daughter his niece. Let's just keep that in mind. We have things just completely turn for the worse and turn into a fucking fall from grace. Oh my goodness. It was very ashtray, bitch. Ashtray, bitch. Child, when we have him just do the whole 360, I just like how throughout the film we have every instances happen for Chris, the girlfriend, to get the fuck out of Dodge, and she continues to stick around for every goddamn thing. Even after he decides to slap her in the fucking face twice. Bitch, stop flapping them goddamn gums. Trying to treat me like I'm some old sensified, punk ass, jive ass nigga. Huh, not me, not J.D. Silly ass hoe. Get the fuck out. all of the color purple ass, you gotta show him who got the upper hand ass energy. I'm starting to question the whole circle of friends that you have around you. Like, we already have his best friend. Sometimes, you know, women just need to get hit, put them in their place. They like that aggressive. All right, 70s blaxploitation. You have Chris. Also, on the other hand, you know, you hit me. I don't know if I can forgive you. You say you don't remember. Nobody knows anything about the supernatural aspect that's going on with him. So for all we know, you are just full-blown going back to be with an abuser. And she goes back willingly. Whole ass fucked up. And all he got to say for it is, oh, baby, I'm sorry. Okay, yeah. Like, what? Who was this for? Who was this for? Now, I am so happy on top of all the fuckery as far as men in this film, we had at least one man in the film to counter-react to all that shit. Her ex-husband, who clearly has his head on straight. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with you, Chris. What? Everybody in here just out of their damn mind. The husband is caring. He's financially well off. He's stable. He's concerned. He's not abusive. Seems real level-headed. Yet she wants to continue to go back to somebody who just sexually assaulted her and slapped the fuck out of her. Okay, but oh no. We don't just stop there with the fuckery and Chris wanting to go back to this abusive ass behavior because, I don't know, love. No, we gotta get even more extra. We've had him go back to revisit the church, try to get closer, really trying to get to Lou Gossett's brother, who don't want a goddamn thing. I can smell it coming from a mile away. I've had to protect you your whole life. Keep him away from the church, away from you, away from me, and away from goddamn Betty Joe. He don't want nothing to do with that shit. Meanwhile, we decide to get even weirder with this film. We have already established that this is your niece, J.D. possessed. This is your niece. She looks exactly like your sister. She is attracted to you and you decide to embark on this attraction and have sex with your niece that looks like your sister. We have the film take a full-blown comedic turn once we have Chris decide to take her dumb ass back and Daddy comes out with a conch. The conch. What in the Tyler Perry play wigs is going on here? If he would have slapped that damn Tyler, you know how Tyler Perry used to have a microphone come right here, like right above the wig? It would have been Tyler Perry, like, oh my goodness. We have him change, go into full formation, full on JD everything. He's got a conch, he's got a suit, and he is ready to put Chris in her place. And we commence to see sexual assault yet again. But this is the nigga we supposed to be rolling with to get his revenge. He don't need nothing but a fucking ass whipping and a pistol whip to the face. Now we have the movie coming to an end and he is full on possessed. Conch, hat, suit and all. Even goes out to get him some for Cheryl, who decides to get up and says, oh, hey daddy, that's the best fucking I ever had. Like, oh. Yeah, that's because you got you some J.D. Walker. Like, he literally steals this woman's car and slices her husband up every which way but loose, and we get some more, oh yeah, Kool-Aid blood, as if we didn't have enough throughout this fucking film. We have all of that take place, and then we decide to give Ike some fucking sympathy by having this cop who is telling him, who is the only person in the film with some sense, and just feels like he needs to have his ass put away and like off the streets. Like, this is a problem. Oh no, it's not him. He's stressed. He like I love how they kept equating everything to him being stressed. But we find, some more background information on J.D. Walker. And he's been dead for years. Maybe there's more going on here than we know. But we have J.D. Walker go to the church and try to, set up a showdown. I don't want you, nigga, pastor.
I say, I want your brother. Meet me down at the meat packing district.
Like, meanwhile, this preacher feels like this is his moment to set free this possessed spirit and this soul. Like, it becomes a whole biblical, metaphoric ass moment. Sir, no, wrong movie. But meanwhile, we have the brother ready to rumble and shows up with his gun. Now, once we actually get down to this whole scenario in this standoff, this shit is funny because we have the truth finally come out. Hey, I was sleeping with Betty Jo was a hoe. She was sleeping with both brothers. The daughter was never his, and she was gonna leave me. She was gonna tell you about us. She was making fun of me. He was a whole ass low-key jealous, all this envy, and decided to cut her up and set JD up to take the fall, at which we have them argue over a goddamn gun along with Betty Jo's daughter, and he shoots himself. That's neither here or there. JD is in the background getting his fucking life.
Nigga.
Like, he is basking the ambience like a motherfucker. Like, it was all too much. Immediately after he shot, JD just flows out of the body. He is just immediately set free. Meanwhile, we have the only person with common sense, the ex-husband, showing up. Nigga, I was like, we showing up for that. He gave him the softest ass whooping I had ever seen. But he literally arrests him, and they wrap the case up in a nice little bow because, movie magic. And everybody just acts like that shit never happened. Like, they literally walk off on a positive note. Chris walks her way back up there because, of course, she wants to get beat the fuck up again. Everything's like, oh, yeah, they just end the movie like it was a Saturday morning. Well, you guys, that was my review for J.D.s Revenge. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. This was a special one to go back and watch. Please, and I mean please, for J.D. Walker, drop down and leave a comment and let me know what you thought about this movie. Have you ever seen this movie? And what do you think about my review? I look forward to reading you guys' comments. I see you guys for my next video. Bye.